Hi! Long time no see.
I know.
So Lou, what actually made you start investing?
Well, I've been wanting to get into investing for ages, but like I said, I was put off because I thought you had to have like millions in the bank. I thought it was going to cost me so much money. So I did a bit of research and I was just absolutely baffled by all the acronyms, like had no clue what anything meant. And then obviously came across your page and I was like, okay, you make investing very simple. And it made me realize that actually you can invest with such a small amount, and like you say, there's no fees, it's super easy to get started, it's super accessible for anybody, and it's so important. I don't think a lot of people really know how important investing is, and I think a lot of people probably under the same kind of misconception as me, thinking you have to invest millions and that's the only way you can get into it, but that's not the case. So I thought I'd get started. And one thing as well is, I didn't realise until maybe a year or so ago, is that your pensions are actually investments as well. So that's something that I've been looking at on the side. So yeah.
Yeah, because obviously with Invest Engine you can have a stocks and shares ISA, but you can also have a SIP, which is self-invested personal pension. Another acronym, drives me mad, there's too many. But anyway, when it comes to the SIP, obviously you can self-invest your pension, so you can be investing in what you want for the future. And I think it is really important, because if you're someone that, for instance, like you've told me before, comes from a corporate background where you've always had workplace pensions sorted out for you, SIPs can be a really kind of new way to think about your pensions for your future. Because whilst we think about investments in your stocks and shares ISA as wealth for your future, SIPs are very much for future you. And obviously come in as a pension as well. So what would you tell past Lou that you wish she had known about investing?
There are so many things. I feel like the first one is understanding how accessible it is. Like I said, I genuinely thought you had to be a millionaire. And also it's never really spoken about. I think even at school, at university, at work, it's never spoken about. And I'm an accountant. So yeah, I think I would have started super early. I wouldn't have left it until the age that I am now to actually get started. Had no idea that there were tax-free allowances, so the stocks and shares ISAs. Had no idea that you didn't have to actually pay a fee unless you want to manage it yourself. I had no idea that somebody could actually manage it for you at a low cost. There are many things I wish the younger Lou knew about investing, for sure.
So as we come to the end, my final question to you is, how easy have you found using the app?
So as I've said before, I feel like it's all I've spoken about. I genuinely thought it was going to be super hard, super not accessible for anyone to actually get started. And I was very pleasantly surprised when all I had to do was literally create an account, do a few verification checks, move my money across, and then literally get started. It is actually as simple as that. I genuinely thought there'd be so much like faffing around in the background. So yeah, I personally found it great. And I think a lot of other people need to be aware that investing can actually be super easy. It's not this like scary, complicated thing that everybody talks about.